Pascal, and I'm with Krav Maga Worldwide. Krav Maga is a defensive tactics program for military, civilians, and law enforcement. It's developed in Israel as a national form of self-defense and hand-to-hand combat of the Israeli military. It's developed to learn a large amount in a short period of time and retain it under high stress. The program was developed, this is talking about old school, this was developed back before World War II when the Nazis were moving through Europe and they were killing off people that didn't have the same beliefs that they did. A gentleman by the name of Emi Lichtenfeld, who was the Grandmaster of Krav Maga, developed a system. He worked out in a gym, he had a Jewish family, and the family was, and Krav Maga was hunted. Actually, Krav Maga wasn't even invented yet, but his family, they tried to shut down his business because they were a Jewish family. So whoever trained in the training facility, whether they were Jewish or not, spent their time fighting, taking all of their martial arts and their athletic skills and fighting against the Nazi youth gangs on the streets to try to protect their culture and their training facility. Ultimately, the Nazis moved throughout Europe, and Emi's family was killed, except for Emi, who traveled to traveled to Palestine from Bratislava, Slovakia, found a group of people fighting for a country or a state that had all kinds of weapons but didn't know how to fight with their hands or their feet. So he taught them how to use their hands, feet, as well as their weapons if they ran out of ammunition. And when Israel became a state in 1948, Krav Maga became the national form of self-defense and hand-to-hand combat of the Israeli military. This was a program that was developed by someone who came out of a background of trying to be beat down and discouraged, and developed a program of instruction that can be taught to everyone and is still used to protect that state today. And that's the story of Krav Maga.
So now, when you look at, I guess, taking something like negative oppression or whatever it may be, how could that benefit someone that can, I guess you just said it, flip it up and turn it into something positive? What can you say to a kid that's being beat down, that's being told that they can't amount to anything, just give up? What would you say to a kid to get out of that situation?
You have to use that against the person that's saying that to you. You have to do just the opposite. If someone says you can't do something, you should think you can, or take it as a personal challenge to prove that you can. You look at this family who they were trying to shut down this business not because of what it was, but because of who these people were. And they took this system, they took everything that they knew and fought for what they believed in. And even after they were beat down and their families were killed, they still moved on to another place, and that place is alive today because of all of the techniques that were built out of that devastation that took place back in Europe. And so the state of Israel is constantly attacked on a daily basis by countries that are much larger and bigger than it is. But they fight like their lives depend on it because they know the consequences of what will happen if they don't. They've seen their people be wiped out in the past, and they will never let that happen again. So that's, if someone tells you you can't do something or someone tries to beat you down, you need to fight stronger to prove them wrong and to make sure that you succeed.